you know, my name is Battered Woman. I'm glad to see everybody here. I'm thinking about changing my name though, because a couple of months ago I shot a moose right in the neck with the 306, and so they might change my name to Bad Good Moose Woman, but I'd have to have a ceremony for that. So, I'm really glad to be here. I recently lost my sister, and we haven't had a memorial yet. So in honor and respect for her, I'm going to tribute, I think that's the word, my storytelling tonight to her, in honor and remembrance of her doll mom. And my doll is so important in my storytelling is because, well, my grandfather was Pete Noyes, Senior, and he was a storyteller. And one day I started working up here 38 years ago, and the kids told me, "Do you know any stories?" And I think I only knew 2. And I went back and I seeked out my elders, Dave St. Paul, Charlie Quintasca, all of them. And I'd be eating or something, and they'd be like, "Come here, we want to tell you a story." And I'm like, "Right now?" And they're like, "Yeah." So I'd have to stop whatever I was doing, and they'd share some stories with me. Well, I started storytelling, and I'd do it at the park or anywhere where there's kids, anybody that would listen. And this guy told me, he goes, "Loretta, how can you share our sacred stories with non-tribal people?" And I was like, I don't know. I went back and I started to cry, and I was like, what I'm doing, is it wrong? And my sister Doll told me, she goes, "Loretta, does it make those kids happy no matter what color they are?" And I said, "Dad, does it make you happy?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You found your answer." So ever since then, I've been sharing these stories with anybody. I went all over the United States. I went down to the Mississippi River. And I touched the river. And I went to New Orleans before Katrina, after Katrina. I went to Arizona, Window Rock, all over the United States, sharing stories. Well, doing other things too. Like I was supposed to be working, but then at the same time I'd share stories. But anyway, don't tell anybody. But, oh, where's my, where's that chain?
It's over there. Over there, by the, on that table over there.
Oh. I haven't done this for a long time. I don't know why. But the stories I tell are stories that I never made up. These stories that I share are the ones that were told by our people, like Unikum Kasapi, the beginning of time. Kasapi means a long time ago, like 1,000,000 years ago. But when you say Unikum Kasapi, that's an instant that Koachutin created the world. So Unikum Kasapi, these are legends. They're not myths. Myths are like Jack and the Beanstalk and Alice in Wonderland. These are legends. These are older than the Bible. Older than, well, they're pretty unique. Can't hold this. Oh, a long time ago, there was this little white fluffy rabbit, Spipolina, and it was hopping along the river, and it was picking up these berries. They weren't finding very many on this side of the river. So he asked the one that makes the water go fast. He goes, Uncle Water that goes fast, will you help me get to the other side of the river so I can get those berries over there? He said, sure, hop on my back, I'll bring you over there. So he hopped on his back, they went splash, splash. Those other huckleberries were this big, I'm not kidding. Boy, that little rabbit was eating them. His belly was just getting full. And he found something. He goes, I wonder what it is. I like it. I'm gonna keep it forever. So he went and got this buckskin and he put it around his neck. Here comes Scrimhees. Where did you get that? I found it. It's mine. Can I have it? No, I found it. It's mine. If we play this game and I win, can I have it? Okay, you go first. No, you go first. Well, you're the one that wanted to play, so you go first. Okay. So, Scrimhees comes over here and he breaks his stick off this branch and he draws this circle. Whatever I do, don't move, okay? So Spipolina hops in there, sits in that circle. Scrimhees comes over here and he was trying to make it sound like a bird. And he is going, tweet, tweet, tweet. And that rabbit goes, oh, that silly bear trying to scare me. He got a little bit closer. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Oh, I just know that scum, he's trying to scare me. And there was this branch. So he hit that branch with his shoulder. The bear moved a little bit. Scumhees goes, I won, I won. He goes, you didn't win. If I moved, you'd see all these little rabbit tracks. He goes, I didn't move. Now it's my turn. So Spipolina comes over here and gets this stick off the tree. He draws this big circle, because this is a big bear. Now, whatever I do, you don't move, okay? So Scrimhees, he comes over there and he sits in the circle. And Rabbit, Spipolina, comes and gets this. He goes, Helena. What was that? What made that noise? Helena. I don't know any birds that make that noise. What was that? Got a little bit closer. Helena. Bear goes, I don't know, I'm getting out of here. So he jumped out of the circle, and Spipolina goes, I won, I won. And to this day, maybe up at Moses Mountain, Green Lake, anyway, you'll see this little rabbit, Spipolina, and he'll be hopping around, and he has kind of a brown thing around his neck. And he won it from there. Very much of the language. But what I do know, I love to share. I love to teach kids, Spipolina, Scrimhees. Any words that I do know, I try to teach them. So, you know what was really weird? I was up in the mountains one day and I stepped on something and it hurt my shoe. And guess what it was? It was that bell. And I felt like that rabbit. And I was like, wow. This fan's been touched the Mississippi River and all over. And I usually pass it around with the kids, like kids. I know they have respect and they won't break it. They'll just fan themselves. So here, and then I'll get it back out. Okay? I seen Mamakwa, but he changed his name to Tupala. I want to share this with you, Tupala. Long time ago, Kasapi, not a million years ago, not even 2 million years ago, but long, long time ago. Oh, there was this handsome spider. All the girls wanted to marry him because he was just handsome, good looking. So Eagle, Milk-a-Noose, she put on her beautiful dress. Well, Tupelo would put his teepee up, and he'd build a fire in there. And he said, whoever can stand this smoke, I'll make him my wife. So Eagle's daughter went up there to his teepee. Too smoky. So she left. Scottinum had a daughter. She went up there. Too smoky, so she left. Even Hahaula daughter. Snake, rattlesnake. Too smoky. So Coyote Sinclair had a daughter. She really wanted to marry Tupelo. He was really handsome. So she went and asked her grandma, listen, Kima, I want to marry this spider. But he always builds his fire and it gets too smoky. What can I do? So she said, go make a pair of moccasins. And you know that flap they have on the back of their moccasins? It's a little flap. Make those little flaps on the back of your moccasin. Okay. So she went and made these beautiful moccasins. And she went up there to Tupelo's teepee. And all of a sudden she heard something. They said, pick me up and I'll help you. They said, pick me up and I'll help you. And they were these little ants. And so she put a whole bunch on her moccasin. And here comes, oh gosh. Tupelo built his fire and it got really smoky in there. And he was going like this. And he touched her and that made him mad. So she went over there, she grabbed his leg, pulled it really hard. She even grabbed this leg, pulled it really hard. And Tupelo's have 8 legs, so she went over here and she grabbed it really hard. And when Tupelo opened his flaps for his teepee, this is what you see, the daddy long leg. That's how it got here. Thank you. Now, but this is one I'm going to share with you guys. A long time ago, Kasaki, it was cold. There was no fire. And all the animals are like, somebody has to go up there and get that fire on the mountain, or we're all going to freeze. And there's evil spirits. They were guarding that fire. So Cougar, Schwab, I'll go get that fire. So she ran up there. She grabbed some of that coal out of the fire. It got so hot it burnt her right here. It's still kind of burnt right here. They got a black spot. She ran and she ran. She gave it to Frog, Schwarlakis, and he hopped and hopped. Those evil spirits, they almost grabbed Frog. They pulled him so hard, they pulled his tail off. Frogs don't have tails today. He hopped, and he started getting tired. So he spit the fire in the tree. And the evil spirit said, yeah, went back to the mountain. All the animals left. Coyote said, collect. The smartest of all the animals. I know how I can get that fire out of that tree. So he went over there and he got these 2 sticks and he started going like this. I don't know how to do it, but he did. And that's how we got fire. Thank you, Loretta. I don't know. I like to tell stories. Maybe. A long time ago, the snow was coming, and it was covering all those beautiful colors. And the kids were like, "What about all the colors?" And the creator heard them. And Colville, he goes, "I know how I can save all those beautiful colors for the kids. I'll create the couple with you." And that's how we got this. You want one? Couple with you. Mrs. Davis. She used to be a teacher, sailing teacher up here for a lot of years. And probably related to some of you guys. Her name was Mrs. Davis. And she told me, she goes, "People with you." She goes, "Loretta, if you listen really good, you can hear them. They'll go, pill, with you. Pill, with you. Pill, with you." Can you say it? Pill, with you. Pill, with you. Pill. Come on, you guys. Yeah. Sometimes we have to listen with our heart and our chinas, our ears. Oh, well, there's other people, so is that one more? Or? The fertile udder sea, and it didn't have no place to live. And the water, being the most powerful thing in the world, jump in, little turtle. No, I'll drown. The water said, "Oh, jump in, little turtle." Okay. So the turtles, udder seas, they can live in the water and they can walk on the land. And the water said, sing this song. Here, you hold them. Shaniqua, Shaniqua. Can you do that? Let's help her. All the way down the hallway, they'll be like on the bus and everything, and they drive their parents crazy and stuff. I hear about it. Okay, one more. What is she doing now? Microphone? One time, me and my mom, her name was Mama Bear. Some of you guys don't know, I remember her. She was my mother. She came out to Spokane with me, and I did storytelling over there. She blew up 600 balloons. 600, and she got a blister, and she goes, "I think I'm the only one that ever got a balloon blister." 600, it filled up. We had to open up the doors, like 2 doors, and I come out there with 600 balloons. And this is a story I want to share. Might not be a legend, but I just want to share it with you guys. Long time ago, there was this balloon man, and he'd go to the villages, and he let a balloon go. He let a white balloon go, and it went way up in the sky. Then he let a yellow balloon go, and it went way up in the sky. And there's this little boy, and he's like, Mr. Balloon Man, because if you let a red balloon go, would it go way high in the sky with those other colors? And he said it's not the color of what's outside that makes it rise high in the sky. It's what's in here that matters. Because I work at the school, and I'm also kind of a teacher. Well, I am a teacher, but I can't give these to kids because they got helium in it. But I can give them to the parents, and then if the parents choose to give them to the kids, that would be all right. But it's not my responsibility once I give it to the principal. Superintendent. Superintendent. Oh, yeah. Lim. You know, I could say, oh, thanks, thank you, yeah, thanks. But when an Indian says, lim, that means right from my heart to your heart for listening to these stories. Lim.
Our students worked on these necklaces for our guests tonight, our storytellers.
Oh, thank you.